You may never have heard of it, but Tallinn is no Baltic backwater. The former Soviet Republic of Estonia is one of the tiger economies of the new Europe, and its capital city is changing at a dizzy pace. This country is going west to seek its fortune, but it carries some exotic baggage. Retro Soviet, Scandi cool, Teutonic nights and boogie nights.
Tallinn's Old Town is a survivor, the #1 tourist attraction in Estonia. It's over-marketed as all things medieval, especially in the summer, but it is the real thing, a gem. Tallinn's been described as a pocket-sized Prague. I'll put my hand up, it was me who described it as a pocket-sized Prague, and what I meant by that was that it's got a similar kind of feel, lots of intact medieval buildings, churches, a lot of that feel of real old Europe, history. But of course Tallinn is very, very much smaller. So I'd say it's about the size of your average housing estate. I mean, the beauty of it is that you can walk from one end to the other in about 10 minutes. Despite the oldie-worldy centre, this is also a dynamic modern city shaped by the rumblings of more recent history. Gerd Sav is one of Tallinn's most in-demand young architects, and he showed me around the Song Festival grounds, an extraordinary building to look at, but more importantly, it played a vital part in the birth of the new country.
I mean, this is a remarkable looking building, but from your point of view as an architect, what is it that you like about it?
The simplicity of it, the structure itself, and also that you can tell straight away what it's there for. Estonians are really famous for singing.
And so what happens at a song festival?
What happens is that there's a huge crowd, like professional singers up there, about 30,000-40,000.
And they're the performers, not the audience?
Nope, just the performers. The rest is here. So when you put those...
Good Lord, so who's watching? How many people actually?
Could turn out to be 200,000.
In a country of 1.4 million people, you have a crowd of 200,000-300,000 people here to take part in this.
Yeah, if the weather is good.
Yeah.
The Song Festival grounds had their finest moment in 1988. When communism was overthrown all over Eastern Europe, in some countries there was violence. But in Estonia they had what has come to be known as the Singing Revolution, when 250,000 people gathered here and sang the banned Estonian national anthem in defiance of the Soviet authorities. The Museum of the Occupation is the first museum to open in Estonia since the country gained independence in 1991. The subject matter may be dark, but the building is full of light, and the display is innovative and very user-friendly.
It's quite significant, I think, that what it's about is the occupation since the late 30s till independence by the Soviets and by the Nazis. And it's obviously a deeply traumatic period in the history of everyone who lived through it. And clearly the new country found the means to create this museum because they felt that this was a period they had to come to terms with, and it's done absolutely beautifully. The Soviets may have gone, but a third of Estonia's population is still Russian, and here in Tallinn, that rises. Nearly half of the city's people are Russian-speaking. Not that you'd know it. There's no public display of the Russian alphabet, Cyrillic, so you won't see any advertising, hoardings, street signs, that kind of thing in Cyrillic. It's actually banned by law. In some senses, the Russians of Tallinn have become invisible.
Soviet relics like the once proud TV tower are reminders of a period which many would simply like to forget.
Well, as you can see, it's in a very sad state these days, and you have to use your imagination to kind of work out what it must have looked like when it was first put up back in the 1980 for the Olympics, the water sports section of which was held here in Tallinn. And what the Soviets were doing was actually trying to show off. I mean, if you look up at it, it's still a very impressive building, though it looks better on a clear day. But as far as I'm concerned, the best bit of the television tower, you don't even have to leave the ground floor.
As you walk in, you face a vast curving wall of stained glass, Titled television's window on the world, this is blatant Soviet propaganda, but beautiful all the same. Today, fashion photographer Olga Makina is on location here. She's Russian.
Olga, I wanted to know about this business with the language. You know, no Cyrillic signs anywhere in Tallinn. What's going on? The law is designed to...
To make everybody speak Estonian, yes.
Yeah. But
To pretend that there is these two parts.
I see. So it's to pretend that there are not the two communities.
Yes.
Here. Yeah.
So all community is one whole thing speaking Estonian,
Yeah.
which is basically stupid.
There's a lot of excitement here about Estonia joining the European Union on May the 1st. This has prompted high levels of investment and a massive building spree, including a clutch of swanky new hotels.
Now this is a sign of the times, one of the newest hotels in Tallinn, created inside 3 of the landmark buildings of the old town, and no expense has been spared. The quality of the materials used, the quality of the craftsmanship, is the kind of thing you'd expect to see only in the finest hotels in London, Paris or New York. But this is what's so remarkable. This is entirely Estonian-owned, Estonian-designed and Estonian-built. A far, far cry from the old Eastern Europe.
The Three Sisters is up there with any boutique hotel in the bigger, badder cities of the world. Each of its 23 rooms is entirely individual. The design effortlessly combines traditional and contemporary elements. Unsurprisingly, it's positioned at the top end of the market. The unique stay hotel is also brand new. This one's aimed at more modest budgets. But the British owners are keen to point out they're not accepting bookings from stag parties. There's no shortage of great-looking restaurants in the city centre, though many tend to concentrate too much on their appearance for my money.
This restaurant came 15th in Restaurant Magazine's 2003 list of best restaurants in the world. Personally, I think that's stretching it some. Like a number of Tallinn's more upmarket eating establishments, Bocca is a bit of a dumb blonde. Sensational looks, but somewhat lacking in personality when it comes to the food.
Bocca's interior is world-class, but the kitchen does not match the design swagger. It's not that the Italian-flavoured menu is bad, but it's simply not great. Surroundings like these deserve better. Tallinn's getting a reputation as a party town, with a dazzling array of cool bars and even cooler clientele. Unfortunately, it's also proving a magnet for British men behaving badly. Yes, the stag parties have arrived.
There were a lot of Brits coming here just to relax and to see our old town and all the places, but now there are more like those just guys coming here to party.
I first discovered Tallinn about 2 years ago, and I've been here a few times since, and every time I come, everything seems to have changed. There's new bars, restaurants, high-rise buildings, motorways being built at a frantic pace. The atmosphere is very dynamic, it's young, it's optimistic. This is a city going places, but it's also very small, and I think quite fragile. So I worry that in their enthusiasm for all things Western, there's a danger they might lose a bit of what makes this place so special. So I say to anyone planning to come and visit, come and enjoy, but show respect and tread carefully.